means somebody has got to take that thing apart and fix it. In this case, that'd be me.
Welcome to Amateur Redneck Workshop. I'm Harold, and I'm the world's greatest redneck. I'm also your host here. Now today, I was watching a guy's video, and he used the word bevel. Now, if you watch all these home shop channels, you know every time a guy bores a hole or drills a hole, he comes back and chamfers the edge. They all do that. Everybody's doing that. And I got to thinking about that. How come I never hear the word bevel when I heard this guy say it? So I went to Merriam-Webster and I looked it up. And bevel is a slanted edge on something, a slanted surface. And you know what a chamfer is? A chamfer has two definitions. One of them is a groove, like in a column. You've seen those columns at the stately houses with the grooves running up all around them. And it's also a bevel. I don't know, I guess I'm weird. I just look into things like that. I hope you guys are going to show up Sunday for the ARW discussion. I've got some really interesting guys there, and they talk about some really interesting stuff. And I'd like to see you there to watch it. I know some of you come by and watch it after it's over because I can count the views. But it'd be great if you were to come along there. And I'm trying to learn how to host this thing. And sometimes comments get away that don't get answered, and I have to apologize for that. I don't mean to let your comment go. It's just trying to put people on and off screen, you know, and I've learned that I was doing that the hard way. So maybe if this Sunday, if I do it the easier way, the right way, I'll have enough time that I can really pay good attention to the comments, because those are important, and I really want to cover them. It's my fault if you made a comment and it didn't get answered, because sometimes I get so occupied making this guy's screen big and this guy's screen small off, you know, like a one-legged man in a square dance. Anyway, come on out Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time for the ARW discussion. A lot of interesting guys there. But anyway, I was watching Jeff Dunham here just a couple days ago, and I noticed he had some cell phone video. Now, a cell phone is perfectly good. You got your smartphone, it's perfectly good enough a camera to make videos for sure. But it's how you use it that makes the difference. Now, I see an awful lot of guys holding it up like this. And that's what Jeff Dunham was doing, and he's a professional person in the media. So let's take it around here. So he was, let's get it in the camera. He was making a video, and he had his cell phone like this. Whoever was helping him, and they were making the video. His cell phone like this. Whoever was helping him, and they were making the video. But you see what you get here. Now, who the heck wants to look at that? I mean, really tell me, is that great video? Do you really want to look at a screen like that or not? All right? You know, if you take this phone and you hold it over flat like this, it's still just as easy to make a video. Let me turn it on here. If you're making a video like this, you get to see just a whole lot more of everything that you want to see. Look at that. Now you tell me, which way do you want your video to look? You want it like the first example, or do you want it like this example? Same camera, vastly different video. And you know, if you're a real pro like Jeff Dunham, you need to you need to not let nobody do that straight up and down little keyhole window. I remember I didn't know who Jeff Dunham was at one time, just like everybody else. I was at Evil Polluting Refinery, and the control panel was running a circle around the room, you know, with one unit over here and another unit over here and so on. And every morning I'd go in there and I'd stop and talk to each one of the board operators and ask him, did you have anything wrong was a computer system going bad, something not controlling. And I came around to this particular one guy, and he looked at me, he says, he says, "You're Walter, that's who you are." I said, "Walter?" I said, "Who the heck is Walter?" He says, "You don't know who Walter is?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, that's one of Jeff Dunham's characters." I said, "You think I'm Walter?" "Oh," he says, "You're absolutely Walter for sure." So I had to go back to my office, crank up the computer, look up to see who Jeff Dunham was and who Walter was. Of course, then I got introduced to Ahmed the Dead Terrorist and all that other stuff, which is a lot of fun. I think that comes to comedians. If you'll notice when they go online, they got new material and they're a lot of fun. Like what's his name, the Cable Guy. Did you know who I'm talking about? Larry the Cable Guy. And he started out, with his redneck jokes, and they were all funny and got a lot of laughs. And then when he ran out of jokes, he started to get nasty, And if you'll look at the comedians, they all start off, they got clean jokes pretty much, and they're funny. And then when they run out of new stuff, they get nasty. It's just one of those things, I guess. But anyway, I was interested in the idea that people should be able to make good video with their cell phone. All right? You can do it. Just don't hold that darn phone straight up and down. Lean it over on its side. It's so much easier to do, and it makes a ton better video. And that's pretty much all I got to tell you guys about today. I got a really poor Bubba joke that follows, what they call a groaner, I guess. And then I'll tack that on the back end of this video.
Seemed like Reverend Boudreaux and Reverend Thibodeau were sitting on Reverend Boudreaux's porch, and they had made this sign right out there over the road, and it said, "Turn yourself around before it's too late." And they was probably sitting there, a car comes by, zooms around the curve, and you hear a splash. The car comes by, zoom around the curve, and you hear a splash. It's about 5 or 6 times. Reverend Boudreaux looks over at Reverend Thibodeau, and he says, he says, "You reckon we should have made that sign read, 'Bridge out ahead,' instead of what we did?" Well, that's all, folks. Y'all try to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And above all, remember, keep on keeping on. Bye now.